So as you can see, with permanent roaming devices, although initially they seem like a really good idea because they allow you to put a roaming connection into a device, connect it to whichever network's available and leave it running for 10, 15, maybe longer years, as far as the delivering of service is concerned and the risk associated with that device, it actually is higher than it might first seem. So therefore what's really important is to be able to localise onto a network in that country to avoid restrictions on permanent roaming. So when we pioneered IoT devices connecting using roaming probably 10, 15 years ago now, that was to allow devices to connect wherever they need to be connected. So this works really well if you've got a device like a vending machine or an EV charge post, which has got to be installed where it's going to be installed, because it can get access to whichever network's available. But in some countries and on some networks, that doesn't fairly compensate the network for the work they're doing, and it might not meet legislation or tax requirements or something like that. So therefore what's important is that once the device is installed and you're probably connecting using a roaming connection, so using that as a temporary connection, it can then use that connection and we would manage it by delivering the new profile to the SIM card, which would be a local profile in that country. For example, if I take Brazil, this means that if we have a device which is installed in Brazil, because we're an accredited MVNO in Brazil, we can ensure that the profile loaded is the profile from that country, and the device complies with all the local legislation, and the company is paying all the correct taxes for a permanently installed device in that country.